the key of C major. On pages 4 and 5, we learned the C major 5-finger scale. Two building blocks of that scale are the tonic, step 1, and the dominant, step 5. The complete major scale is the 5-finger scale, then add step 6 and then step 7, and then we arrive at step 8, step 1, simply an octave higher. Important to note that step 7 is actually a half step below the tonic. Step 7 then is called the leading tone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Precisely, because it wants to lead to the tonic. We'll see this play out over and over again in the music. So in the key of C major, the three most important scale tones are the tonic, up to the dominant, and the leading tone, up to C, the tonic. Let's look at exercise number 1, parallel motion. The C scale spans an octave from C to C, but we only have 5 fingers. The thumb is the ace in your hand. The right hand starts playing the scale, 1, 2, 3, and while these fingers are playing, the thumb is passing under, and voila, takes the F key. The rest of the fingers then can swing around and are now in position to complete the scale. Here that is again. Stepping thumb under to F, shift, and complete the scale. Then we step down to the thumb, 3 crossing over, and back down to C. I'll play it softly this time. Stepping to F, shift, and complete the scale. Stepping down to your thumb, 3 over and back to C. It's a good idea to play it in different octaves, so you're not only playing it in the center of the keyboard. And so forth. Now the left hand C major scale. This one is a little easier going up. I like to think 5 plus 3. We simply play the 5-finger scale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then cross 3 over to take us up to the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5 plus 3. Coming down now, we can think 3 plus 5. So 1, 2, 3, the thumb passes under to G, the rest of the hand shifts, and we have the rest of our 5 fingers to complete the scale. Here it is again, coming down one more time. 1, prepare the thumb, cross to G, shift down and to the tonic C. Aim for this speed. And try your left hand in different octaves as well. And so forth. When you're ready to play hands together in parallel motion, play very slowly, noting where the thumb passes under and where the 3 crosses over. Here I'll try that now. Stepping up, thumb under, now 3 crosses over, and we complete the scale. Going down, thumb under left hand, 3 over right hand, and down to C. Do take it slowly. It's better to gain facility playing hands alone first. Your teacher, of course, will have many great insights on how to practice. Let's look now at exercise number 2, in contrary motion. This is actually quite fun because the hands play the same finger numbers, hands together. I'm going to go straight to hands together. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, pass the thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now down, 2, 1, 3's over, and back to C. Let's try that one with a crescendo and diminuendo as written. 1, 2, 3, thumb under, getting bigger. Diminuendo, 3 over and back to C. Once you move beyond the 5-finger scale to the full scale, nothing is ever the same. Now on to theory insights on page 33, primary chords. The scale provides a landscape to build chords up from each tone of the scale. When we name the chords, we use Roman numerals. The 1, 4, and 5 chords are called the primary chords. In this book, we're just going to be studying the primary chords. Look at the bass staff. We see the primary chords are 1, 4, 5. The 1 chord, or C chord, is built on C. 1 chord. The F chord, or 4 chord, is built on F. The G chord, or 5 chord, is built on G. And we can also add a 4th note to that 5 chord, making it a G7, or 5/7 chord. The number 7 there refers to the F being the interval of a 7th above the G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Common chord positions. The chords I just played were all in root position. The chord name is the bottom note, and the chords are all in thirds. 1 chord, C is the root, the chord is in thirds. 4 chord, F is the root, the chord is in thirds. 5 chord, or our G chord, G is the root, the chord is in thirds, and the G7, G is still the root, and the chord is still built in thirds. When we play chords only in root position, it's a lot of jumping around. There's gotta be an easier way. Well, there is. We rearrange or invert the chords so we can play with less motion, less jumping all over the place. It's convenient and it's easy. Let's look at number 3. Our C chord can progress to the 4 chord, or F chord, by simply moving fingers 3 and 5 to the right as a unit. The thumb can remain on C. 1 chord, shift fingers 3 and 5 up for the 4 chord, and then back down for the 1 chord. 3 and 5 up for the 4 chord, and back to our 1 chord. In measure 3, let's restart here for a moment. We begin with our 1 chord, and to get to our 5 chord, the thumb shifts down a half step, while fingers 2 and 5 remain in position. Let's try that a few times. 1, thumb down for our 5 chord, back to 1, 5, and 1. The next measure 4 shows a 1 to a 5/7 chord. Quite similar, the thumb still shifts down a half step, but here finger 4 plays on F instead of finger 2. That gets us the 7th in there. So let's try that a couple times. 1, 5/7, 1, 5/7, and 1. Here's the full exercise number 3 with the right hand. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 5/7, and 1. Now exercise number 4 for the left hand, the 1 chord. We can get to the 4 chord in our left hand by shifting our thumb up a whole step. We do it again. 1, thumb up a whole step with the fingers 5, 2, and 1 on the 4 chord, and back to 1. Here in measure 3, we get from that 1 chord down to our 5 chord with the left hand by shifting fingers 3 and 5 down a step. The thumb stays in position on the G. Try that a few times. 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. And lastly, for the 5/7 chord, fingers 1 and 2 stay in position, and the 5th finger moves down a half step. 5, 2, 1. Let's try that a few times. 1, 5, 7, 1, 5, 7, 1. Here's the entire line. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 5, 7, 1. These 2 pages are packed with information, so practice them steadily over time as you learn the next several pieces. It can be fun recognizing them, thinking with them, and reading notes as chord patterns rather than individual notes. And that's a huge step forward for your personal musicianship. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.